Should we take the Tennessee pledge to go out of business within a few days after the economy reopens? Right now, Wall Street's full of excitement about how gradually we're lifting that lockdown to get back to work. I don't blame them. Although if the virus starts spreading like wildfire again and we have to go back into lockdown, that is going to be devastating. But even if that doesn't happen, there's one teensy tiny problem with this whole plan. Running a business in the time of COVID is a nightmare. I know our government has thrown a lot of money at small businesses, but how the heck do you run a business when it's pretty much illegal to turn a profit? As the part owner of a couple restaurants, I've been itching to hit the ground running when we reopen. However, it's a lot more complicated than just opening our doors again. No one really knows any of the rules of what it's going to be like health-wise. But we did get a glimpse with this thing called the Tennessee Pledge. It's the new rules and regulations, including for reopening restaurants, that we got from Tennessee's Governor Bill Lee. These rules are safe and healthy for the customer, which is great. But there's simply no way most restaurants can possibly obey them without going right out of business. Let me give you the specs. First, when a customer shows up, you have to ask them whether they've been in close contact with a confirmed case of COVID-19, whether they have a cough, shortness of breath, or a sore throat, whether they've had a fever in the last 48 hours. They give you those answers. Then you have to take their temperature. Oh, they'll love that. Over 100.4 degrees, no service. Once your customers get through that pleasant gauntlet, they'll be seated by our masked and gloved employees at tables that are 6 feet apart. 6 feet apart. For one of our restaurants, the Fancher one, that means we can only use 4 out of 11 tables. We have to take out 7 tables. Better still, you can't have more than 6 people at any given table. The large groups are what makes you the most money. Make it up at the bar, maybe, you ponder. Nope, no bar. Closed. That's the biggest profit center for most restaurants, and it's shut down until the state gets a better handle on the virus. Now, look, I take this virus very seriously. I want us to do everything in our power to beat it. I'm glad the state of Tennessee understands that if you have to choose between the health of the citizens and the profitability of the small businesses, I'm glad they're picking health. It's the right thing to do. But from my perspective as a small business owner, all I can say is, well, check, please. No, not the one you give the customers. I'm talking about the check you have to write back to the federal government when you return their payroll protection money because it makes more financial sense to shut down permanently. Could we make it up in takeout delivery, you say? Unless you have the scale to make good food at reasonable prices with drive-through lanes and organized pickup like Chipotle, it's very difficult to make money on takeout. We'd have to almost triple the check size to turn a profit with these rules if we have people come in at those few tables we have. And who's going to pay that? So what's the real takeaway here? Look, I don't have a solution to this. These rules are necessary to keep people from getting sick. And they'll be fantastic for the larger operators with deeper pockets who have the wherewithal to survive this difficult period. Once we get a vaccine, the big chains can take over the world. You think we're saturated with Starbucks now? Just wait until there's one on every corner capitalizing on much lower rents because most small coffee shops won't be able to survive. I can see Darden picking and choosing at malls to make Olive Garden one of the few sit-down restaurants people can still go to. Be like when we were little, remember? When we would take Mom out for Mother's Day and that was it? You can eat by either stock of Darden or, and it's not my favorite, or certainly Starbucks, which is, if the Tennessee Pledge turns out to be a model for the rest of the country. And listen, these aren't even the harshest rules I've seen. Some states are insisting on automatic doors. Others are going to require airflow changes to reduce the spread of COVID because the droplets are known to be spread by powerful air conditioners. Listen, 13 million people work in the restaurant industry, or at least they did a few months ago. I have no idea how many will be left if we have to operate this way for an extended period of time. But I know it won't be many. I bet 20 to 30% of the bars and restaurants won't even reopen in this country as that owners. What's the antidote? Well, it's just like everything else. The vaccine. Can't come soon enough. Garrett in Georgia. Garrett.
Hey, Jim. Thanks for taking my call. I wanted to wish a happy birthday to my man Talbot out in Dallas and extend a giant thank you to you, your team, and the entire CNBC staff for the unbelievable work you guys have done in the last 2 months.
Thank you. Now, thank you for recognizing it's a difficult time. Thank you. Thank you. Of course,
overnight,
for everybody.
You guys make it look easy.
Thank you.
Given the amount of professionals and students pivoting to virtual meetings as well as the continued growth in gaming, what do you think, given its return to January highs and earnings due out next Monday, of Bracken Darrell's Logitech? I
think it's good. I think Logitech is in the right position. They've got a lot of the stuff you need for virtual, for Zoom, like the partners of Zoom. And it's been a very good stock, and we've been behind it for a long time, and we're sticking with it. All right, running a business right now, a nightmare. We need a vaccine. That's a small business. Obviously, a big business. If you're running that, you're king. All right, much more mad money ahead. Looking for a lesser-known stock that's poised to get a tailwind from the pandemic? I'll reveal the name when I sit down with the CEO. Then it's a company whose product can help save the lives of coronavirus patients who run into trouble while battling the virus at home. Don't miss my exclusive with Massimo. And lawyer calls rapid fire in tonight's edition of the Lightning Round. So stay with Cramer.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @JimCramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.